Richard, we start talking to numbers like, the lottery. Maybe if Alex Jones had won the lottery this last week, the Powerball was up about $2 billion. He might have been able to satisfy some of those judgments. But the numbers just seem absurd.
The numbers do seem absurd. And let me raise with you a collection paradox for the plaintiffs, okay? One way to collect from Alex Jones would be to get the proceeds of his business as it continues to operate, as it continues to rake in millions of dollars of contributions from his supporters or purchases of supplements or whatever he's selling on his systems. You would get those proceeds. But I assume the last thing in the world the plaintiffs want is for him to continue broadcasting, spreading disinformation, spreading lies, and profiting off of them. So what do? In one way, they'd like to shut him down completely and get him off the air forever, but that would maybe really put a roadblock to their collection efforts.
That is a biblical paradox, because that the plan early on was to do just that, to shut him down. Let's cripple him financially. And yet, I have to think, to answer your paradox, that they really don't care about the money. They really don't at this point. They've lost a child, most of these folks. The FBI agent had his claims. The money is a very weak replacement for the loved ones they've lost. So I think if they had their druthers, they'd put them out of business. Catherine, what do you think? Would they rather have, let's deal with Richard's paradox here. Would they rather have the money, even if it meant Alex Jones continuing to spew whatever he spews?
Well, I like Rich's paradox, and I agree with you, Michael, that I think the family here would prefer him to just stop and be completely off air, as opposed to the money. During the trial, he was actually still getting money from his viewers by mentioning the trial and trying to get funds. So he has incurred money and gained money through the two horrific trials that we've seen on air. So there will be money that the family can get from there. But if they can shut him down, I think they will prefer that, so that no one else will have to suffer the way they did.
Yeah, he would give an advertisement every day on the courthouse steps, even on days he didn't go into the courtroom, because he was there only on a handful of days when he had to testify. But that didn't stop him from showing up on the courthouse steps to pontificate and call people names and, probably bump up some of his earnings. So, Richard, it causes people concern when we think about the First Amendment, kind of important, and this guy's right to say what he wants to a certain point. And that point, I don't know, is it getting pushed further back because of guys like this? Is it limiting free speech for others because this guy has abused it?
First of all, the First Amendment only protects you from the government. It stops the government from shutting down your speech. It doesn't mean you can say whatever you want, whenever you want. And it's been a long time in this country and a lot of places in the world where we've allowed defamation claims. And that means you can't make purposefully false statements about people that harm them and then hide behind the First Amendment. If you do that, you are responsible for them. So I think his First Amendment defense is a giant plate of garbage.
And you have every right to say that.
Yes, I do.
Yes,
That's my opinion.
That's your opinion.